Right, man. It has been a while.
It has.
Not a while since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
It's been a while since everybody's seen
Yeah.
us seeing each other.
Yeah, that's weird. I apologize to everyone in there.
Came out a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Most of the stuff we say does.
Little
But
weird.
yeah.
Sorry. Just fencing things. Yeah.
So it's been what? I bet you it's been I know, what do they like to call it? A minute now? They call it when it means a long time.
Australians will say a minute, which really means an hour. Yeah, it's been a while.
So it's been a good 30, 45 days since we've been
Yeah.
actually on these podcasts, but that's because we've been busy.
There's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
I think you're frequent. Here's the question I have for you tonight. It's my only question, actually, is how's your frequent flying points going at this moment?
Well, I have my own jet, so they don't need.
What are we doing wrong, Pete? He's got his own
You mean
jet.
you're still flying on an airline?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been busy. It's been busy. I mean, obviously there was stuff going on before Florida. So Florida was the end of March.
Okay, so let's start there. Florida. You got us all to travel to Florida. Yeah. Can I say this? Sorry, Floridians, if I say this wrong. But like you started this, had this thing going on in Florida. Tell us. Talk to me about it.
Well, Florida was, it was something I always wanted to do. This demo days. I mean, we did this a few years back, or even 2 years back at the Finch Show, right? And it was so many people loved it. The traction took off pretty quick. But reality is, it's an event in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something that happens during another event. Demo days itself was, a beast of its own. I mean, it took the entire team to run the same show that we do in Las Vegas in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have the same, right down to the management, to the badging, to the setup, to the booths, to exhibitor relations. I mean, it was, I think in a way, even though it was, say, 50 exhibitors or so, it was as much work or more sometimes than running the 200 exhibitor one, because we didn't have the hotel. I mean, we didn't have the.
Yeah, ask me where I stay, right? Yeah, next to the alligator pond, that there was an alligator. There was an actual alligator in the pond where people were fishing.
Well, first off, let's not forget there was a pond.
There was two, actually.
Okay, yeah. So when was the last time you
Yeah.
were sitting there at your booth and you saw kids pulling fish out?
Oh, my
and I mean, people were out there. I mean, we had fishing poles and stuff. So that was kind of cool. And then that train that was going around, the kids were riding. The splash pond kicked up, right? I mean, we hear kid friendly, and I hate it when people say that. I mean, we've all got kids, or a lot of us do. And someone says, "Oh, that's kid friendly." Well, I mean, you can walk through a casino with your kid. It doesn't mean it's kid friendly, right?
No, yes, trust me. Apparently, my wife knows about that, not me.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. So we did that because it was something I thought the industry needed. And you watch. I mean, anything about FWA and what we're doing, I think we set the pace for the rest of the industry. And it's maybe, and maybe, I don't know if that sounds bad or not, but maybe not in how this is going to be done in the long. I think we set the pace and the new direction is going to go. And I think you're going to see a massive, massive push. I mean, everything from your legacy groups and associations to legacy organizations that put on shows, you're going to see them now pushing for outdoor events and events that include more children, include more carnival stuff and stuff that, you know what I mean? So,
Brian, remember like the UK trip, right? There was like the one thing I love about our community.
Yep.
I don't know how much you beat the drum.
Yep.
It's that international, world-renowned, our industry is really the same.
Yep.
We might do things a little different, but like our industry as a whole, we're very close. Like we're a very close niche family industry, and I think coming away from UK, there is that outdoor feel and that. But how do you make that?
Do you remember that? Do you remember when we both walked outside? We were at the event. It was AFI, I think it was, right? Puts on, and it was in Birmingham in the UK. So if everybody was following us, we flew to London. First Fence was nice enough to come pick us up and took us up to show us their branches, and then we went to Birmingham for the event that they had going on there. Fence. It was a really cool event. I mean, it was an indoor and it had the outdoor event. We both walked out and we're like, "This is awesome."
Because it was like when you think of our industry, yes, they're doing stuff indoors, But I would say 90% of what we do is outside.
Yeah.
And it's like, too, for me, I feel like the cool thing that I got to see is I got to see a lot of different parts of our industry, different machinery, different styles going at it. And I feel like that's what this is about, is like, how do we bring that together?
Yep.
And we're better. I'm sorry, that location, I told my wife we're moving to Florida until I got eaten by like 35,000 mosquitoes. And I was like, oh, okay, this could be yeah.
I didn't get a single mosquito bite. I know you.
Yeah, but my blood's sweet.
but it was pretty cool. It was unique, and by the end of it, we were tired. I mean, it was different even than walking around, because you're walking on uneven ground and things like that. So you're like, maybe you're a little more used to walking on the expo hall. But I think that we learned a lot from it. I mean, it was even the education. We were able to go and do the get operator training that we usually do at the events. And this year, obviously, at the Fence Show, education's going through the roof with the full throttle, experience. But
full throttle, guys, full throttle.
No, but
are you doing a Fast and Furious?
Well, sir, I know.
Movie? What's going on?
Yeah, babe, everything in our lives, and everything in FWA is Fast and Furious. They don't do anything. They don't do anything unless it's Fast and Furious, right? So really, but I think what was cool about that was we were able to not only do the gate operator training, we were able to go outside and start laying the loops out on the ground, install, and have people out in an environment that we're used to, and actually real kind of practical training.
Can we do a shout out for the owners of that facility?
Oh, man.
They made us, not only did the FWA team make us feel really welcome.
Let's not shout out too much. I don't want everybody in there. You know what I mean? But no, they were awesome. They were. I don't think, and we do shows, obviously. We do events around the country and stuff. I don't think there's ever been anything like this. I mean, even the exhibitors felt it. I mean, it was from the golf carts to the Sean that went around with us, and Bob that owns it. I feel like we're family to that property now. And I mean, we're close to South Point. Obviously we go in there and stuff. So it was a unique experience. Yeah. It was something, even all of us, we were tired at the end of it, but we all looked back and said, wow, I can't believe we
pulled that off.
Yeah. Not just pulled it off. I believe we shifted the direction of the industry a little bit. And the shows and how we include our industry is never going to be the same.
And I think not just include the industry, but include the families that are the backbone. I feel like a lot of us can get lost and don't realize there's a whole support system behind us every day.
Yep.
And that was, it was cool, like seeing the kids running around and just having some fun. Mate, there was a kid that I tried to fish against, and I can fish. I'm Australian. I love to fish. He just pulled out. I was like, what the? So it was just a lot of fun.
For the Fence Games and the open house for CMM, and that was another amazing event. I mean, Sean's property is awesome. Well, Sean and Sean, I guess Sean from CMM and Sean from
the two Seans.
Two Seans, yeah. So they pulled off an amazing event over there. And I went the year earlier for CMM's open house.
Okay.
And that's where kind of a lot of this stuff spurred up where he was going to do it again. Yeah. And then Sean King just came in and killed it with the Fence Games. Yep. I mean, you saw any of the pictures and the videos, it was amazing to watch. Yep. So again, the industry is coming together in different ways. Yep. And I think what's changing is we're connecting to the actual fence companies.
Yeah.
This isn't just where only people with corporate credit cards can go and sit in $400 hotel rooms and $30 drinks at the bar. Yep. Those are still needed. Those are important. I mean, I don't know if they're needed, but anybody anybody that can afford a $400 room and $30 drinks, they're going to agree that it's still needed. Okay. So we need those events, but we need events for suppliers and manufacturers and stuff as well, because not everybody, we forget that, not every exhibitor at a show is there to meet fence companies.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to sit back and say, we need to change these shows because they're not catering to fence companies. Well, not every exhibitor there is. Some are there because they want to connect with distributors, right? Yep. So some manufacturers are there and they're not interested in fence companies. They want to sell to distributors. And some distributors are there because they want to connect with some of the manufacturers. And they're not as and maybe they're not trying to connect with new fence companies or anything like that because they have set people they deal with or something. So we need both shows. We need both kind of shows, one to cater to fence and one to cater to the manufacturers and suppliers.
So that was the great show that Sean 1, Sean 2, we call them B1. In Australia, there was a cartoon B1, B2. So that was great. Then what happened next?
And then of course, you know what I mean? Because I was already gone for 2 events.
You're an angel. I believe it.
My attempt at avoiding that was, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to Pennsylvania the week after.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I could definitely write a book on how to keep the marriage strong.
Yeah. He's got a book, by the way. It's coming out next week.
Yeah, it's called Keep the Marriage Strong by Being Gone.
Yeah. Ladies out there, that's just don't.
Yeah, don't follow my advice.
It's not going to be successful.
Don't follow my advice. But so we went to Kenco was doing amazing. Okay. They were doing an amazing training up at their facility. They invited me up to, so I got to stop by there.
Yep.
And that was really cool. So that was a day where they were doing some ag fence training, and got to really connect with some of them, and then Titan post drivers out of that facility as well. So spent the day with them. And then I went to Bull Barn. I don't know if anybody saw some of those videos.
I did. So these guys are producing their own chain link. They're producing some like some farm fence.
And I'm still learning some of the ag terms and stuff. It was farm wire, woven wire, and things like that. So they were the massive manufacturing facility. So they were really cool.
So how long have they been in the business?
I think it's been going on for like 10 years or so, but it's, they grew really, really quick, and they've got a massive facility, super nice people. And then while I was there,
take a breath, runs out there, have a drink, then wash it down, and then he's there.
And then Clint Imes has got his NAFCA event in Pennsylvania, which is closer to Pittsburgh. So I was up in Blairsville, was where the other ones were. So then I went down to Pittsburgh, and I spent about a half a day. They were doing this amazing project. Big shout out to Clint Imes, all the fence companies that showed up. Must have been 20 or 30. I can't even count how many fence companies showed up, donated the material, the time, suppliers donated material. And it was for this kid that had autism.
Oh, wow.
And he was a runner, I guess. And if I'm wrong, Clint, fill me in. But
Clint, can you put Brian, you completely screwed this one up.
So NAFCA is the same people that do the Arlington Memorial Cemetery, the project every year and stuff. So NAFCA is an amazing project, amazing projects they do. So this kid with autism likes to run, and I think he races, or whether he likes to run or not. He has this massive backyard, and they live on a busy road, and they needed a fence to keep the kid from running into the road and something happening. So everybody got together in like 4 or 5 hours, built 400. Yep. So that. I think I saw a letter that the wife wrote or something saying that how grateful she was and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'd like to see more of that kind of stuff happen. I wish I could help arrange some of that stuff more. Maybe we'll get involved in some of that.
Sure.
And not in Pennsylvania, we get it closer to us. So.
Hey, where there's a need, that's where you
go. There you go. If you're in California, Nevada, reach out to us. We want to help do a project. We'll get, maybe we can get Founders Fence to donate some iron panels or something. And we'll see if we can do a project around it. So let us know if you know somebody that's in need on that. So that kind of closed out that next week. And then I came back, and I just this has all been happening over a period of like 30 days though. So
literally 30 days.
Yeah.
30 days. That's crazy.
Oh, and then I came back real quick, and I right when I landed, I had to rush up to I wanted to go to your racing event.
What?
What do you mean?
Look, I don't know. So there's a lot of talk.
Hey, sit up straight if you can.
Sit up. I can't. That's an inside joke. So AI is a very good tool.
Yep.
To make things seem bigger than they are. That's
all
of it.
No. Don't kid yourself. So anyway, so that was really cool because you had your race team out there, and what a bunch of amazing people. We're in your facility right now.
Yeah.
In California, and I can't wait to show everybody this place once you get it completely finalized. It's like the clubhouse. Speaking of Fast and Furious.
Oh, no.
This is like a Fast and Furious clubhouse.
This is FWA Fast. Do something. It doesn't matter what this is, whether it's one employee, yourself. It's like you've got to invest in whatever community you're involved in. So Founders has been blessed enough to, try to fight the fight, if we can say that in inverted commas. But you know, I love that community, and yes, we got lucky enough to have a tricycle in a race, and you know, we're having fun.
Tricycle. Talking about these beast of vehicles.
Yeah,
if you watch
tricycle.
if you went back and look at some of the pictures,
No, tricycle. It's a tricycle.
yeah, little 4 cylinders. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Well,
Yeah. These things are going through like I don't know how much gas they're going through in a second.
Yeah.
But it must just
Oh,
be
dude,
jumping in.
let's not. You know,
Yeah.
let's talk about. Listen, you want to talk about gas? All you guys out there, whoever lives in California,
Don't talk-
let's talk about gas. Brian?
I don't
We're
know.
just two simple fencing people. What the hell is wrong with the gas price?
What did I just?
How
buy?
is diesel so much
It's
more
like $8 a
expensive?
gallon here right now.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So you know,
$7 a gallon minimum.
so if you see some of the photos, even from demo days, you'll see that Ram truck with the FWA head on it.
Yeah.
That's what I drive, right? I
So
drive
say,
that.
oh, look, I drive a Mini.
Oh, you know, he drives a he's a truck bigger than mine. I think it's like that Ford, but nonetheless, gas guzzler, obviously, right? 2,500 stuff down here. It's like $200 to fill it up. So we went out and got a Toyota Camry. Do you see it's out front out there?
Dude, it's like I'm like, hey, yeah, sorry, that car can't come into a fencing. I'm
No,
sorry, I don't know
no.
what you're talking about.
No, dude, it was like $250, and I got like $250 or
So
something.
everyone
Yeah.
that's out there, look, you know, when we were talking about this before we got on here, that look, it's hard right now. Like
Yeah.
gas prices are what they are. Transporting everything is what it is. Manufacturers are struggling. Like it's just a hard time. So just, you know, everyone that's out there, look, just keep your head down, keep that service going, and just, you know, we'll work it out as a community.
Buy
together.
a Toyota Camry.
No,
Listen. So I've been driving that around California now because I'm out visiting fence companies, everybody else. So we saw this billboard that said 663 miles out of it, and of course I'm coming from my truck, and I still have my truck. I didn't get rid of it. So
Do you notice that he didn't get rid of his truck?
no,
Okay.
this is just until the gas prices go down. I'm like sold. So anyway, so I bought it. I didn't put a full tank of gas in it yet. It's at like 400 miles or something, and then but it only says like 80 miles left or something. So I'm just gonna run this thing until it completely runs out of gas.
And the
then
battery will get you.
if it's not at 660 miles, I'm gonna call the dealership and run out and make them come get me.
false
Yeah,
advertising.
I'm going back to my truck.
Yeah. But it's like for you guys out there that, you know, I'm on the supply side. I know Brian, the team at FWA, but also from the install side, it's not easy right
Nope.
now. It's a lot harder because what do you do with the costs? Everything's expensive, food's expensive, gas is expensive. Like it's just not it should be easier, right? And that's why I said the one thing that I want to promote and really, you know, go back to Florida. We were enough to go to Florida. It's not necessarily our territory, but watching demo days grow and just the community of people come together and try to work it out. That's what we're going to do, right? We're going to stick together and we'll get through it. But it's
Because
when Brian drives a Camry Toyota hybrid, you know we're in trouble.
So here's the deal. Every time I get again, I gotta take my hat off and I gotta go again. Like, I throw the hat
Do you
back
see
seat.
he's actually got hair though, so that's okay. You're like,
It's
you
haircut
take your
time,
hat off
yeah.
and think he's bald.
I know everybody thinks it, right? Not only am I the president of FWA, I'm also a member. No, wait, no, it's not. But
But it's gotten grey, Brian, in the last few years. A little bit grey.
Grace, yeah, no doubt. Last no doubt. But prices may be expensive, but according to you, prices aren't that expensive on iron panels at Founders. Is that
Oh,
what it is?
look, we're working out. We're working out.
So you need to save some money.
Yeah. Come and talk to us. We'll try our best. You know.
But while we're talking about demo days, because I do want to come up in a minute and talk about the fence show coming up, because I don't think we've had
What Finch? What Finch?
the fence. What do you mean fence show? You got like the
full,
big,
was it full throttle?
full throttle.
Oh, it's checking.
Yep.
Okay.
So because you've got like, and we'll get back into, because I'm going to ask you, because you never tell me really what you're going to do until you get to the show.
Yes.
But you expanded.
Oh, like I tell him the day before, hey Brian, can we just do this and this?
Yeah, I feel like I'm asking permission for what you're going to do there. So we'll get into that. I'm going to ask you what's going on. But before we move past Best Demo Days, let's talk about next year.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, so mark your calendars, everybody. February 5th to the 6th in Asatula. It's out of Orlando.
Oh,
and again, go look at the pictures. Go to fenshow.com. Look at the pictures from this. I think you're going to love it. We got Veronica trying to pick up. Oh, she's trying to come in. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Let's do it.
It
wasn't my fault, Veronica. It was Brian's fault.
I'm going to bring her on. Hang on a second. What's going on, Veronica?
You guys didn't think you were going to have a party without me tonight, did you?
God,
No, you guys, this is totally unexpected. So she's going to try to hijack our podcast here. You already had yours yesterday at the Women of FWA podcast. This one's mine.
So that's actually why I'm jumping on. Let's talk about this retreat the Women of FWA have going on.
100%. Yes.
You know what? I think their goal is to make this women's retreat, and I'm going to fight it. They're going to try to make it bigger and better than any of the events we're doing.
But so it should be. So it should look.
Everybody's on their side. Everybody's on their side.
Look at you.
You know, we got to keep you guys on your toes. So let's talk about it. You know, there's teams all across this country, and I heard you talk about like times are tough. And right now is really the time to invest in your backbone of your organization and of your company. And we're here to help you guys do that and provide the education and provide the networking. And when you talk about $50 for this event and your education and your food and the experience and the networking, it's really priceless, but it's pennies on the dollar for your investment.
Gosh, did you know that at this Women of FWA retreat, that rooms for the entire event is like, it includes what, I don't know what it includes, but it includes food and all this other education for $50. We're talking, what is that, like $16 a day?
What?
$16 a day.
Is it in a tent?
Yeah.
Is it in a tent?
So we've got full-blown houses and a full-blown education schedule set up, which is where the sponsorship comes from.
That's amazing. So everybody out there that's listening to this, come on. That is an amazing. So Founders is going to throw $1,000 to it tonight and just say, "Hey guys, let's get in this," and then come on, like that.
There you go. Founders is going to help cover. I know we talked about you're going to help cover somebody to come to this thing. So if you're out there, the first person to reach out to Veronica or somewhere or comment in this thing you can reach out to. We're going to help you get to the Women of FWA.
Yes, no excuse.
Absolutely. And it's, like I said, it's about investing into the backbone of your organization.
First person we can find, because if you could be commenting on one of like 30 pages. So first.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to budget. We're
right.
on a budget.
Okay. No, we're up to $1,000. So mind you, okay.
Let's do this. The first person that I get the email from that emails me at veronica@lasvegasfence.com that's who is going to do it. So email me directly. We'll get you the information. We'll definitely add you to the women's retreat. We are 40 some odd days away, and it's epic.
I left my phone outside, Veronica. I'm trying to text you right now. I'm coming. I'm in.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So with everybody's listening, this house is amazing. I know you guys showed me pictures. I know I'm not going to this thing because it's the Women of FWA retreat, but it's nice. It's way nicer than where they would ever put us.
Yeah. Me, you?
Yeah. It's Branson.
We're in the doghouse.
Yeah. Maybe in the trailer we all got. So it's like it's in Branson, Missouri, right?
Yes, Branson, Missouri. It is June 11th through the 14th, which is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come home Sunday. The first actual events that we have planned is actually Thursday afternoon. So Thursday is travel. So again, the women in the industry are not being asked to step away from their organizations for an entire week, especially during this time of year. It is a matter that you're missed Thursday, Friday, and you're going to go back to your organization. Your cup's going to be overflowing.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you say Branson, Missouri, it definitely sounds like a place that Sasha and I can't afford to go to, even though I couldn't find it on a map. I don't know about you.
Is that a state in Australia?
Yeah. That's next year, thanks to Founders Fence.
We're going to have to live through you guys and the pictures. That's all I know, right?
Yes. No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are doing amazing work. Yeah, let's support it.
Yeah. So to find out more, everybody, drop some comments in one of these places where you're watching this. Tag Veronica, tag one of us, reach out to Sasha. If you know Sasha, we'll put you in touch with the right people, or me, and or Veronica at LasVegasFence.com. Definitely. FWA. This is your first retreat, so you guys are gonna hit it out of the park, right?
Oh yeah.
It's going to be huge. I mean, to touch base on the education platform that we have, we've kept this retreat small to make sure that it is intimate and you're getting the networking and you're getting the conversations that usually mean more than just the education itself. And we've taken the full throttle education that people are going to see at the show this year, and it's actually going to start at the women's retreat. So if you want to sneak peek into that full throttle experience, it's starting in June.
I don't know what this full throttle stuff you guys are talking about. He keeps bringing it up. You keep bringing it up. I'm just trying to talk about the women of FWA retreat and demo days, and you guys just keep steering me in that direction.
I'm just saying, full throttle sounds pretty amazing. Pretty lot of fun.
Okay. So let's talk about it then. Let's get into
Okay.
Full throttle. And people are asking, what does this full throttle mean? We're talking about taking everything we've learned, and we're a new organization, and but we came out of the gates fast and furious, like we were talking about, and we, with the intentions of connecting with the industry and more people, and the education. We learned a lot from the education sessions we did. We learned what worked really well, at demo days, what worked really well at our shows that we had, and what classes that instructors were sitting there going, what? There's only 5 people here, right? And then we have ones where people are standing in the back of the room because they couldn't get a seat. So we're learning from all of that, and we decided that we're going full throttle. That's this event. I mean, it's education like we've never done. Veronica, you're obviously key to handling the education right now. You have taken this just by the
be careful. PG-13, PG-13 show, people.
So every class is getting outlined, getting booklets. It's we're talking about. Today alone, you had on my calendar to meet with you probably 3 or 4 different instructors. Did you know that?
Yeah, so I had a total of 6 meetings today with instructors in regards to what to bring. And the basis of the full throttle experience are lessons and things that I've experienced in this industry since I joined. Kind of what's missing, where are the gaps in here, what can we do to improve, what can we really bring to contractors that's vital and worth their time and their money to come. And not only that, but we also do keep, the cost of attending the show and the cost of the education so minimal. But we look at it that we're investing in the industry as a whole, and we're investing into your organizations. And we're going to give you 90-day action plans to take some of this. And you're going to talk to some people in the industry that have been doing this for decades and decades and decades that can tell you every horror story and success story that there is out there. And having those conversations and those outlines and those resources, it's not anything you get from anywhere else.
Yeah. And it's in his classes, I think when we started this thing, it was obviously to reach out. We felt there was a gap. There was a need for, and you are come from the fence installation side to the manufacturing side, and to even distribution side. You've been on all of it as well. And there was a gap. There was a need for taking guys that, or gals or guys, whoever's in the industry, always trying to be PC, right? But that aren't the biggest guys in the world. They don't have 3, 4, 5 trucks. And I think people ask me a lot. They're like, what separates FW? I mean, if I had $1 every time somebody asked me, why do you need 2 associations or 3 associations or 4 associations? What separates you from everybody else, right? And I think it's fundamentally we're different. I mean, literally, we've had this mentality in our industry that if you bought a wheelbarrow and you had a truck and you bought your stuff at Home Depot, this, that, and you dug fence posts on the weekend and you went to your regular job during the week, we chased you off, right? And we didn't want you in the industry. We said, we called you names, trunk slammers, one-jack trucks, whatever we could think of to make you less of a legitimate business, even though you had a license or you had this. Because I'm a firm believer that whether you're in business for 1 day or 100 years, you got 1 truck or 100 trucks, you're just as legitimate. So I think I knew that there was a need that if you're crazy enough to go dig holes with us on the weekends or install gate operators.
Then you're crazy enough to go full throttle.
Yeah, then we want to
Full throttle.
We want you in. We want you, and we want to turn that 2-day installer into a 5-day installer, into one of your biggest customers, into one of Merchant's biggest customers, one of Master's biggest customers, one of the distributor's biggest customers, and we're not going to do that by chasing them off. I felt like our industry did nothing but we've talked about this. Our industry has spent decades chasing the same 500 customers, and I say go out and create new ones. And
it's time to step up the standard. If we're not providing the education and the resources, what are we doing to our industry? Because eventually a lot of these generations and a lot of these fence installers that are out there are going to be gone. And so does that mean that our trade disappears? We fight about being a legitimate trade in the construction industry and to fight for that, but yet we're not doing anything about the growth and support. So
only thing we did was set up training classes for people that were already established, people that already had the money for compliance, already had the stuff for this. So we like you said, we literally fight saying we're not a legitimate industry. We need to make it more professional. We need to do this. But then anybody in our industry, we don't want to get the resources out to them. We don't want to set trainings up for them.
We
want to charge them thousands of dollars to do things safely.
Yeah. And then it's like, you can't, I'm sorry, the greatest thing about America is you can't put people in boxes. Why are we putting people in boxes and saying, hey, FWA women, why, founders just like the day you guys had that inception.
Absolutely.
And it was so well because you guys are like, we can't do things without the people that support us. And as vice versa, it's an actual, forget in our industry, it takes a team. We say it takes a village to raise the kids. Well, that's rubbish. But in fencing, it literally takes the team to start with the truck. Like we all start somewhere. No one just getting, I've got 50 trucks, let's go. No, we start somewhere. And even automation, and here's the challenge that you guys have done really well. From FWA to FW women is break the barrier. Like, guys, you're in automation, you need a gate. Farm guys, we're all in the same industry. Can we just get it on and learn from each other,
So, Sasha, when you joined this industry, how many times did you wish that you had the resources that FWA is so passionate about today that, you could spend the $89 a night for the room and spend $150 for the full throttle pass and get a full weeks of like real education. These are not breakout sessions. These are not little glimpses. This is legitimate education and plans for you to take back. And it really comes from a place of love and passion from all of us.
Yeah. Let's talk about the full throttle pass because we've been saying full throttle a lot, right? So at the fence show,
is that full throttle?
Yeah, so you could go to fenceshow.com, obviously, and register like always. I mean, it's been like that for since the last 3-4 shows, right? So I can't wait to say the last 10 shows. It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Right? But so, right, a decade. We're gonna have a decade pin or something, right?
It's coming.
So you can go there and you can register and get your pass, but you register for that full throttle pass. Now, there's nothing like this. There's nothing where this many people come together to give real education. And everything from a 2-day gate operator course to right down to networking, know your customers, how to bid commercial. You could go on and on about these courses that we got going on. Yeah, they go through a period of days for how much?
The full throttle pass right now, I believe, is on sale. We're $149. But that's actually getting ready to go up. So definitely register ahead of time.
Listen, I pay more in fuel to fuel my truck up than it takes to learn or to get, not even learning. No one's telling you, we're trying to tell you how to run your business. It's about learning, hey, there's options. There's a community. There's like, that is cheaper than gas. I'm sorry, everyone out there.
Right. And it's an investment.
Yes. And what's the average? You go to a lot of expos. You've been to a lot of shows.
Yeah.
What's the average?
I've not been welcome to a lot.
Okay, so I think going back to all the shows you've been banned from. Okay,
so let's do that. That's very
yeah. So what does it usually cost to get a hotel room?
Not just that, it's like, how do you take your team out? And like everyone forgets you start somewhere, right?
Yep.
There's a moment that we're all trying to live the American dream, right? But I don't want to go to a place where I can't even afford to. And look, no disrespect to those places, but because I'm going to get banned. That's fine. You get banned.
You're gonna ban from
I remember
your own
your FWA's very first show. And for those that know me, know that I might like to gamble a little, just very little bit, right?
Just
I
low.
would drive past South Point every freaking time going into Vegas. And I remember when Brian said to me, we're putting it in South Point. And I looked at him and I was like, South Point? Are you crazy? That is, guys out there in the unit, that is my favorite. When I go to Vegas, I only go to South Point now.
Yeah.
And it's not because I want the chandelier. It was just, man, it's where, like, it's family. It's like, hey, it's affordable because that is our industry.
Did I ever tell you why I picked South Point?
I can say what I remember, but yes.
Okay, so I'll say it anyway. So when this crazy idea of starting FWA, it was in my poor wife, man, she goes through so much on this stuff, right? Because if you know anything about me, it's like I'm just always thinking of something different that I'd like to do. There's just not enough time in the day, right? So I remember I called around. I wanted to get involved in the industry, and there really wasn't anything out there to do what I wanted. We wanted healthcare. We wanted better insurance. We wanted the education, and it seemed like everything out there was you just had to conform, and it was designed so that nothing changed, right? So I'm like, well, that's not going to work. So I started the FWA, and then it wasn't but 6 months later, I remember some people that had been here for a while, they weren't happy that we started another association and we were growing so fast, right? So I went to a show and I'm like, man, I feel like we could do something on a show. And so then we go back to Vegas and I went to a couple hotels and it didn't feel, you know why? It's because me as a fence company didn't feel as welcome. I felt like I walked down the aisles. I felt like I walked into, and I know I'm going down a rabbit hole to get to the point that I said earlier. But,
it's a deep rabbit hole.
But nonetheless, I remember walking and I'm like, you know, I'm Las Vegas fence. I'm one of the maybe the main five. You sell materials up there. One of the main 5 companies in Las Vegas.
Yeah, the guys who wouldn't let me walk in.
He wasn't even allowed in there. But
appreciate
it was a year or two before I would even talk to him. But nonetheless, I felt like nobody wanted to sell to me. Yeah. And I'm like, man, this is how I feel in Las Vegas. I can only imagine a guy with one truck, how it must feel. So then I went back and I don't remember, I mentioned something to my wife and she just kind of blew me off a little bit. So then I'm acting like I'm going to sales calls at Las Vegas Fence, right? Luckily,
going to the sound, checking out the slot machine. Oh yeah, I like this. The alcohol is affordable. Like we get this.
Luckily, I'm from outside sales at my own company, so I could drive around. So I'm like, then I went to a couple hotels. Then I narrowed it. I visited South Point, and then I went to Paris Hotel. If you're familiar with that.
Oh yeah, really.
So I went, and there was the only one that was probably. The expo hall would have worked for us because of just the where it was and we get in and the deal I could have made. So, but the guy couldn't meet me. It's like I go there with 2 people and the guy couldn't meet me to walk the expo hall with me. So I go to the bar and I'm like, okay, we got some time to waste. So we go down to local, just the area bar in the middle of the casino. And it was like 2 or 3 drinks and it was $90.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't going to work. This is how you bring the fence industry to your fence. I mean, we'll go upstairs and we'll spend $50,000 on a truckload of material, or we'll buy a Bobcat for $80,000. But if you go down and say it's $18 for a beer, it's $18.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You're out of your mind, right? So then I go to South Point and I already had kind of built a relationship with him. I go down there and I remember I bought like a round of drinks. Now I'm curious, right? So it was like 2, 3 go down there and it was like $18. Right, for 3 drinks.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like, and not that it's about drinking, but
we people out there, we are not encouraging you to drink.
No,
that's
don't drink.
On your own. Yeah. That's not full throttle. That's on your own.
But I'm in the rooms too. The rooms there were $300.
I couldn't
deal for less than $300 a night for the rooms at Paris at the time. There was. So then I go over here and we got rooms for anywhere from $65 to $85, I think it was. And I'm like, this.
And they're good rooms.
Yeah, this is how we bring the industry together. We're not going to bring.
I remember the very first show. That's why I said I love the launch, right? Because Brian doesn't he was like, I'm like, yes, you were working on alcohol currency. So I was like, that's what we talked about. Like, okay, that makes sense. I'm Australian, I don't drink, but I get the whole
Okay.
currency.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, so that's Veronica, we're not going to tell the world, right?
Yeah.
But it was but the rooms are amazing.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the South Point is walk in your muddy boots. They have a full-blown arena there. Joe Baumgartner is actually a family friend, actually runs the arena and the events there. And you can walk in there in muddy boots and you don't feel like you're shunned or you're anything less. And let's talk another huge part of a benefit of South Point is how many of us in the industry drive big trucks? You can't get those big trucks in the parking garages in downtown Las Vegas. You just can't.
Oh, you can, but it's gonna be like $50 a day or $75 a day to park your car.
Yeah, and I'm gonna scratch Big Blue as I'm driving it through my house.
Yeah.
So then it went further. Then we did the show, and this is what I think people don't realize about the Fence Show, and I wish we could get that out there more to people that haven't been. And I think we do bring a lot of people to our show that have never been to a show, because again, it goes back to the mentality. We refuse to chase the same 500 customers in anything.
Absolutely.
Whether it be the biggest fence, whether it be the Fence Show, whether it be FWA. I mean, we want everybody included. We want everybody to come, but I believe we need to go out and get more members. We need to find more members. We need to find more first-time people to go to the shows. And that's what we owe the distributors and the manufacturers and the exhibitors or many of these shows. But then I remember sitting down with exhibitors, and I'm like going, hey, here's the deal. I want to help you. I want to help market you, but can you do me a favor? Can you bring somebody that's can sign accounts up? And you'd be amazed. I mean, and now you're going to see that more across the show. It did open it up. They'd be like, oh, so what are we supposed to do? We got to vet them and we got to do stuff like this. And I'm just like going, man, I go, here's the deal. I said, if they went through all the work to join FWA, get an airline ticket, get a hotel room, register for the Fence Show, come inside, get a t-shirt, they're walking around, check. I just vetted them for you. They're in the fence industry. Okay. And if there's some crazy homeowner out there that went through all that work to save $75 on his material, sell it to him too. Yep. Kudos to that guy, right? He earned it.
Absolutely.
But there's definitely not a bunch of that walking around. So sign them up. And I'm like, if we're going to get people, but I think if we owe to the exhibitors and the manufacturers and suppliers to bring the people there, they owe it to us. I'm a firm believer in that. You'll hear me say it 1,000 times. I'm like, we just convinced a fence company, a small one maybe, to shut his company down for that 3-4 days. Fly, get airline tickets, get hotels, come here.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah, and I think you owe it to him as much as I owed it to you to bring him there. And don't make me look like a chump, and I won't make you look like a chump. That's how I look like, right?
And it's definitely all support. Without the installers, the manufacturers and suppliers wouldn't be where they're at. And without, it's this circle, and we all need each other, and we really need to start coming together as an industry as a whole with the support, with the resources, and bring them to everybody. And we take all of this to heart, like beyond what everybody else can even see out there, and the things that we take into consideration, and the things that we do, and the fights and the arguments and the controversy that's out there, is because we live this life. This is our industry too. It's not just we run an association and we have no idea.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
Yeah, and we don't turn it over. I know one day we're going to have to, maybe it's just going to outgrow what we can handle ourselves, but we're going to fight it. It's all ran by all of us and ran by fence guys that work at Las Vegas Fence and stuff and like that. And I think that if we turn it over to a management company today, people say it all the time. They're like, you know what? You could organize this, you could do this, you could do that if you just turn it over to a management company. But I think we'd lose it. You'd end up with people at the registration that aren't in our industry, that don't understand it, and they don't care that you've just been waiting in line for 20 minutes. They're not upset over your experience that you had, at the expo. They don't care about the opening ceremonies. And I think that's, and I think that's what sets us aside. Nobody goes to one of our shows and doesn't say, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think too, from the outside looking in, because you guys are so vested, FWA Veronica and all the team and FWA women, FWA Brian, from your inception to where you are today, it's like, but looking from the outside in, our community's starving for one that that community feel, but two, look, at the end of the day, let's just have some freaking fun. Like, if I'm going to take my team and take them away, can we just have some fun, put everything aside? Yes, gas in California, by the way, is an absolute freaking loot rip-off. Go do the education because it's going to save you gas money, and take advantage of what you guys are trying to do and keep it affordable. But in order to keep it affordable, we need to support it. As a community, you know, our job for all of us out there is to help you guys keep it going so that it is not outrageous, that it is affordable, because, you know, what you guys have taught me, by the way, and what you guys are doing out there and the people that I've got to meet some of the most amazing people that started a fence company and did not know how to buy product. Me and you will talk about this till the day we die.
Yep.
I've never thought in 50 years in fence, which is not 50 because I'm young and good looking, unlike Brian, but like, who says as a fencing person they can't buy material? That was mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
But you guys,
And it's out there.
Yeah,
It's
and
changing.
it's out there.
It's changing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's changing.
Yeah.
It's not the same industry it was, I don't believe, than the day we started FWA.
No, definitely
It's
not.
the suppliers don't act the same. There's now a race to take care of small
Yep.
fence companies.
Yep.
There's a race to get them to your events.
Yep.
There's a race. It's no longer a race to get each other's customers. And that's still there, I'm sure, but it's
No
not.
comment.
It's not. It's not what it used to be. Now, where they realize that if you don't take care of these small companies, we will.
But I think
The
it's
customer
not
service,
even-
the customer service itself from manufacturers and suppliers, I can tell you from when I came from the install world, has totally changed since FWA has come around. And Sasha, I really want to touch base on that. Let's get together and have a good time. I do want to make the announcement that Founders Fence and Women of FWA are right next to each other on the showroom floor. So it is unstoppable to have a good time within that area.
We need security there to stop the party from getting out of
You
control.
might see security
Yes.
around there.
Yes.
Listen, so I'm glad
So-
you brought it up. So let's talk about this. So you expanded your booth. Now you haven't told me what you're doing yet, and I know at some point you're gonna be asking, are we allowed to do something?
Yeah, the
So
week
you're gonna have to
before,
get-
about 3 days before.
He's
yeah.
gonna ask for permission for something that we're gonna have to get from the hotel
Yeah.
property, and
Yes.
we don't know what it is, but it's gonna require some permit or something.
Yes.
Probably.
So
but-
this,
Um,
this
I-
year Founders has had to, like, you know, because I can only speak for Founders, but all I can say is that because of FWA and FWA's women and the support that we've got, it's helped our business. So this year, FWA and FWA women and Full Throttle. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be interesting. I don't know if Brian can pull off what we're
give
trying to
give
do.
us a little. Me, what do you mean? See, he hasn't even told me yet. So,
Yes.
so yeah. tell
No,
us-
no, Sasha, we're gonna keep that a surprise. So we've got a really good idea of what Sasha's up to. And we're gonna help him keep that under wraps. So people are just gonna have to come to the show and see what crazy crap Sasha's come up with this year.
We went from a 20 by 20 booth,
Yes.
which was awesome, by the way. If you went, I mean, it was the center point of the show.
Yes,
at some
sorry,
point,
yeah,
right?
we've expanded a little bit further out.
20 by
Yes.
50.
Yes.
No, what do you mean a little bit? He went from a 20 by 20,
Yes.
unless I'm wrong, to a 20 by 50.
Yes.
Now, what the
Right.
heck are you doing there?
So we're going to have some entertainment. The FWA women and us are going to throw some cool parties,
Oh.
and then there might be an odd things in certain places. Don't know what they are yet, but just think of the Full Throttle thing. I'm right in. I'm right in.
Right.
The Full Throttle.
So we're
So-
super stoked. So what? So on the fence about Veronica, how do people get registered for the fence show then?
Go to fenshow.com. It will show up on the main page, or you can go to the top, go to events, and you click on the 2026 Fence Show and Security Expo. It'll give you a full rundown. Click register. There's an actual countdown timer on there as well. Really super, super easy. If you're interested even in purchasing one of the Full Throttle t-shirts, you can pre-order. You can also get your FWA t-shirts right then. We will have them all ready for you at registration. So if you go ahead and add that to your registration at that time, you're guaranteed to get that merch and be proud of the industry that we're in. So really, really easy. If you're interested in or have a woman in the industry to go to the retreat, same thing. Go to fenshow.com, click on events, it'll all be listed there.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. So,
So,
if we,
I know that I crashed your guys' party, and I'm really sorry. It is actually pool league night, but I couldn't resist an opportunity to jump on. So
Love it.
I've got to go shoot some pool, but thanks for letting me crash the party.
man, I thought she would.
Crash at any
I
time.
thought she would never leave, right?
Nah, dude. Veronica should take it over every
Right.
time.
All right. All right. Throw one for
Bye,
us.
guys.
So